Hello, so this video today is going to be on the quick fire hydrangea, and this is one of my favorite hydrangea because it blooms very early in the garden, just right after the incredible that I have in the garden, and right after a couple days after that, usually the quick fire goes into bloom. And I'll show you standing back a bit so you can see the color, how nice it looks. So this to me is my favorite stage when it's just open, and you can see the lacy florets here with the ones with the petals and that lacy look to it. I think it's really pretty. And at this stage, the color is just the perfect combination of creaminess, white, and yeah, it's just absolutely gorgeous at this point. So I'll show you the tag that I've got that comes. So this is actually a standard. You can kind of see, I'll go back so you can see how it looks. There it is. And you can see, here's the tag. It's blooms, it's gonna be about just under 10 feet tall and 10 feet wide, so 6 to 8 feet tall and wide, and it's very hardy. And we live in a zone 4, possibly sometimes 5 climate, and it can get to below minus 40 degrees Celsius, or it gets Fahrenheit, and this has never failed to come back beautifully for me. So this has been planted here for a few years now, and I do trim it back quite drastically, like pretty small, because I like it a bit smaller, just so that there's space here for the car to go in, and there's a little walkway that I can squeeze by, so I don't want it too big. But who knows, next year I'll try to trim it back a bit differently with leaving more branches and see how it will turn out. But usually, like I said, I cut it back pretty small so that it rebounds quite nicely. So there it is up close again, so you can see the lacy blooms on here. Is that beautiful? That's gorgeous. And then I'm gonna show you the Bobo that I've got here. I have one here, 2, 3, and then I've got one more right behind the Japanese maple. So I'll show you here. There you go. So there's the 4th one right there. And in the previous video I showed you, it was sort of a more greenish color, and now you can see it's opened up a bit more creamy. And I'll come up a little bit closer so you can see. There it is. There's the color. So to me, this is like almost that sort of whitish creamy color, and to me this is just as gorgeous as that white color that's on the tag. And I'll show you the tag again so you'll be reminded. So this to me, like, that's perfection. And this stage right now that you see in the video, it's almost there, I think, right? So you can see that, like, this bloom and this one and this one, they kind of look like what's in the photo, and then the rest of it is, it's still kind of greenish color, right? So eventually that green was what it was. Like, these creamy ones here were like that just a few days ago when I posted the previous video, but now some of them have turned a bit more creamy, and then the tip, it's still that sort of greenish yellow lemony color. And then eventually all of this will be the same creamy color, and then these creamy ones here will fade to a white, and eventually they will fade to this color. And this to me is lovely as well. So I usually get this color later on, a few weeks after they turn white, and they color exactly like what's in the photo for me. And possibly because of the hydrangea right now, I have it in full sun. This is a south-facing garden, so I do get full sun all summer and all day, and they always never fail to bloom for me. And I love these because you can kind of see, like, looking at the one plant, one single plant. These were in a 2-gallon when I bought them, and I planted them, like I said, a few years now, but because of moving back and forth and so many branches die from the snow that piled on top here in the winter, and we do get a lot of snow every winter, so lots of the branches die back. But these two, especially like last year, they were cut pretty like low because of we had to move them in the middle of the summer and there was a lot of dieback, so I cut it way back, and but they've rebound. But here I can show you this one right here. This is the mature size, about 2 to 3 feet tall and wide, like what this tag says. And I'll show you the tag again. So it's supposed to be 2 and 3 feet tall and wide, and this to me it's about just over 2 feet tall and wide. So this is one plant right there, right? This is another plant. So you can see this one's a lot smaller because, like I said, we had to cut it way back, and we had a lot of dieback because we had to move it in the middle of the summer during the heat wave last year. But they will rebound in no time. So next year for sure this will be this size. So I can't wait to see them all at the same size. And then this one probably as well will come up the same size. And so last year there was no gap here, but there was, like I said, some dieback. So I now have a little bit of a gap here in between, but I like them a little bit closer. And the way that I like it, I always like to plant it in groups of 3. So I have a nice big show when they do bloom. And these, like I said, this is like so pretty. And I love Bobo hydrangeas as well, because as soon as the quick fires start blooming, these also start blooming as well. So the Incredible always bloom first for me in my garden, and then I have the Invincible Wee White that also blooms early. And as soon as those start blooming, then the Bobo and the quick fire. And like I said, I love hydrangeas that bloom early, so I get to enjoy them sooner than all the other hydrangeas in the garden. So I'm gonna stop the video here, and I hope that if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe so that you can continue to view the videos that I have that I'm going to post. And thank you for those of you that already subscribe, and I hope to talk to you soon. See you next time. Bye bye.